Namaste, welcome to Maitreya. Namaste, Jayendra. A very, very warm welcome to my platform, Maitreya. Who better than you today own your story? I mean, definitely your story is very inspirational, very, very motivating, and extremely mystical in a way. So, Jayendra, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
So, Jayendra Sharma from Andhra Pradesh. So, I did my graduation in Yogic Sciences and currently doing post-graduation in therapy, yoga therapy from University of Bangalore, that is SVASA. So, and that's it.
Okay, so that's a very short introduction. So let me introduce you. Well, Jayendra is, yes, as he said, he's into yoga therapy, and also he's a solo traveler. He's traveled to Himalayas and he's done a lot of trekking. He's a mountaineer, and also he teaches Vedanta very well. And he's very good at Indian philosophy. Well, as he said, he's doing his master's in yoga therapy. Well, apart from that, he teaches yoga and traditional Hatha Yoga way therapy, Ashtanga. Also, he's a solo traveler. He's traveled to the Himalayas and he's a trekker. He's into a lot of mountaineering and other stuff. He does teach Vedanta. He's very good at Indian philosophy. And also, I think the first person who was so confident in telling me that you can ask me any questions. Usually my interviewees do ask, what kind of questions? Do tell me the questions or send me the questions. Well, that's a super yes from you, because you said you can ask me anything. So thank you, Jayendra, for that. And I'm very happy that you're here today.
Anything in the sense, it's not like Sadhguru's thing, but
okay.
Still, like, you can ask anything. Right?
Yes, yes.
Good at right.
Well, coming to your solo traveling to Himalayas, so that's extremely commendable, and knowing that you're in your early 20s and you've achieved so much. How do you see this whole event of you traveling and solo traveling, and how did you plan? How was the whole experience?
Right. So, well, exactly what happened is, like, since my childhood, my grandmother's mother lived almost for 98 years, 98, 99 years. So she was a solo traveler. She used to go Himalayas, Gangotri, Yamunotri, Badrinath and Kedarnath, all those things. So ever since my childhood, I used to sit with her, listen to her stories, whatever she used to say, Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all. I used to listen to her.
Yes.
So I think that was the first route for my journey towards the Himalayas. Unconsciously, everything was settled down in my brain at that time.
Okay.
So till 10th, I was like a mischievous child. So used to pareshan karta tha everyone. So that was me. So after completing my 10th, I went to another city. I shifted to another city for my 12th studies. So 12th was good, like I used to meditate and all. So while I was studying in 10th class, I used to stay in my grandfather's room.
Okay.
So there was a wooden cupboard. Oldest, it was like old and wooden cupboard, rosewood cupboard. So it had a lot of books. Almost it was occupied with 1,200 books of philosophy and Vedanta.
Wow.
So I asked my father what my grandfather used to do and all. So he said he was a yogacharya and he was good at Vedanta as well. So I've got that interest at that time. So I opened that cupboard. The first book, like, all are very huge books, like more than 600 pages.
Yes.
And all. So I have chosen a small book, which is 26 pages, a very small book. So the book name in Telugu, it's Nenu Evaru. Nenu Evaru means
who am I? Yes.
Yes. So written by Ramana, not exactly written. His discourse, Who Am I? So someone written it, published by Ramana Maharshi. So my first spiritual journey started with that book. Okay. There was some question, like, if I am not the body, what am I? So the answer will be given by Ramana Maharshi, like, you're not the leg, you're not the arms, you're not something head or something. So you have to sit and you find yourself. like eliminate everything, eliminate the thought elimination process by Ramana Maharshi. For my personal experience, this is a completely advanced level of meditation, what Ramana Maharshi did.
Yes.
So my roots and basement of spirituality started in the advanced level.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying that I'm an advanced practitioner, but the kind of philosophy I've got,
correct, yes,
is an advanced. So I started reading all those things at the end of the 12th standard. I wanted to do CA. I started join and coaching and all. So I was studying a lot from 7 to evening 7 and all. So I met a Himalayan yogi there in Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
The district name is Kakinada. So he used to live in Himalayas. He is in late 20s, I guess 29 or 30 he was.
Okay.
So he recognized me and he was saying like, where are you from? All these things, stuff he used to talk. So even I was explaining about what the books I have read, the Vedanta, Shankara's philosophy,
Yes.
Advaita and all.
Yes.
So we could discuss a lot. At that time he said, 100 people are running in a path. So you're also running in a path. He was talking about CA, Chartered Accountancy.
Oh, yes.
So just think of yourself that you want to run in that with that 100 people, or you want to run alone.
Okay.
So I started thinking of this, like my path, my deeper roots are different from chartered accountancy, commerce, business and all. So what I thought is better go for spirituality. So I called my father for I called my father and he said, do whatever you want, like in a positive way. We'll encourage for everything. So and then I started searching for universities related to yoga, and that too in Himalaya. I don't want somewhere else because that deep roots of my grandmother's mother, she used to tell all the stories, right? So I started searching all these things and got admitted in this University of Patanjali. I got the admission. So there the journey started. So I did a bachelor's in yogic sciences for 3 years, and 3 beautiful years in Uttarakhand.
Wow.
So at that time, I started traveling towards Himalayas alone. Like most of my friends used to say, like, this is not the age to travel Himalayas.
Exactly.
So I said, you just sit here, but I'll go. So I started traveling towards Badrinath. My first alone journey was Badrinath when I was at 19 exactly. Wow. So that was in 2016, I guess. Yes, 2016 or 17, I guess. Yes, so 17, yeah. So Badrinath I've reached, even I didn't know Hindi, but like I only know Mera Naam this and Aapka Naam Kya. So only this thing.
Yeah.
So I learned Hindi words like bus kaha milegi. So all these I've written and I've got a very few amount of money also, like some 2,000 rupees. That was very less for a guy who travels to Badrinath.
Correct.
So it's like mystical journey. Wherever I go, someone I'll meet is kind of yogi, a good personality I'll meet. So slowly I started going to Badrinath and all these things. So
yeah, that's amazing. Really, that's really amazing. It's commendable. At the age of 19, you travel to Badrinath, and you reached the place where you wanted to be. Well, the next question is based on the same question. Many of them at that phase of 18 to 22, they're very lost actually. What I need to take up. My heart says something, but my mind says something. My parents say something, and my friends say something. So what should I actually do? I mean, did you have that skeptical mind to say thinking in your mind as to who should I listen to now?
Yes, because like this question, I'm not suitable to answer because everything was set, like the environment conditions. My father was into spirituality, grandfather were into spirituality, so that environment was already set.
What
So
if the parents were not spiritual? I mean to say, many people would want to do it, but of course they would want to listen to parents also, but their heart says, yeah, and they need to get into the line of spirituality. I know it's much more tougher than what you went through for people who want to do it. So is it really worth it to take that risk? That's what I'm asking you.
Definitely, but he should not leave what actually he's doing. For example, he's doing some BTech or something, MBBS or something, and he's interested in spirituality. He should not leave like me. I left CA and went in this path, and everything is going well. So I'm in this, like I'm in this position and talking, talking all these things. So like this, my suggestion is don't leave whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Sitting yourself, like doing whatever you want, and continue this spirituality. Like the great yogi Lahari Mahashaya from, I hope you heard about this autobiography of yoga.
Yes,
So Lahari
autobiography.
Mahashaya used to work in military, and at a time he used to practice Kriya Yoga. So that is definitely possible. So most of the people who are already in samsara and practicing sadhana, so one should not leave what actually he is doing and start. That's the karma which Bhagavad Gita says.
Correct. Yes. Well, Jayendra, I want to ask you this question. What do you mean by spirituality, and what does spirituality mean to you?
See, my roots are like this. So spirituality in the sense to know myself, like the thoughts, know myself in the sense it's not like the Google definition to know yourself,
I
to know your body,
yes.
to know your that's not kind of that self. For knowing spirituality, first of all, you have to sit at least half an hour, 1 hour regularly. That's a long process. So you'll know yourself. For example, if you allow, I can tell you that Ramana Maharshi technique of meditation as well.
Yes, sure.
So Ramana Maharshi technique of meditation is, for example, you're sitting in Padmasana or somewhere, whatever the asana you're sitting, and you close your eyes. First of all, a lot of thoughts will come, n number of thoughts. To one thought. For example, I close my eyes and I'm talking to Smita, so that's my thought.
Yes.
So what Ramana Maharshi says is, question the thought. Question the thought. So who is Smita? Smita is my friend's friend. So I got to know her. So who got to know her? I got to know her. And the question again should to the I, that who am I? So the question stops at a point, I. So when the I in the sense ego. So when the I disappears, everything will be universal self. So that's what spirituality for me.
Yes.
So in order to sit, you have to do a lot of things. First of all, to settle down, you need to do Karma, you need to do asanas, you need to do pranayama. Then you'll get the stability of the mind to sit for some time, and then you can proceed to samadhi. So that's what spirituality for me.
When are you taking classes for us, meditation classes? I mean, teachers like us really need someone like you who have experience, who is so sure of what they know, and also trying to convince and explain to us. Because many teachers, I mean, not being mean to them, but we wouldn't get the clarity as to why are we doing meditation, what is the purpose of doing meditation, what happens when you close your eyes, and all that. So I think it's really clear when you just said right now the I should go. So yes, I mean, it's very deep thinking, and also deep understanding what you have. Well, coming to philosophy, Indian philosophy, we all know the 6 schools of Nyaya, Vaisheshika, all the 6 schools of their philosophy. So can you explain to us in brief, what exactly Indian philosophy revolves around?
Right. So basically, compared to the other religions, our religion is not a religion, that's a lifestyle. Everyone knows this.
Yes.
So the thing is, we believe 2 kinds of people in Indian philosophy. One is Vedic and other one is Avaidic. So Vedic is those people who believe in Vedas. There is no concept of God in Indian philosophy. Like coming to other part of religions, if you don't believe in God, you're an atheist.
Correct.
So coming to the Indian, like the Sanatana Dharma, what they teach is, if you don't believe in Vedas, you are atheist. If you believe in Vedas, that's theist. So that's the point. So theist, like orthodox philosophies are 6. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Hatta Yoga, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. So these are 6. So there are different munis and different saints who wrote this, who introduced this philosophy. So all these 6 philosophies came from Vedas itself. Yes. So, for example, if you take Sankhya Darshan, Sankhya written by Kapila, so Sankhya does not believe in God. Sankhya will never promote Ishvara. But Sankhya do believe in Vedas, so that's why it become a Vedic philosophy. So, for example, Jaina, Bauddha, and Charvaka Darshana.
Charvaka, yes.
So these three are atheist philosophies. Who does not believe in Vedas, still they consider as an Indian part of Indian philosophy.
But so, compared to the Indian philosophy, the six schools, Charvaka is totally against, they don't believe in the cycle of karma at all. You do whatever you want in this life, even if you don't have that, snatch it, take it, borrow it, and then enjoy this life, and that's finished. So that's one.
Charvaka actually misunderstood, in this part. See, mistakenly philosophies cannot be taken. Like those who made the Indian philosophy, we cannot say is an idiot or stupid to take Charvaka. Charvaka is a very underrated philosophy because that's an atheist and understood very, very mistakenly. So Charvaka is do whatever you want until and unless the complications occur to you. So that's the basic definition. So we are leaving the complication word. So, for example, do whatever you want until and unless the complication will come to you. So that's Charvaka. So Charvaka is nothing but Char means mite, what we call sweet. Vak means words, like sweet words. Like a Charvaka philosophy is like soul stirring philosophy. Like it's so good to hear. Like because everything, whatever you want to eat, just eat it. Whatever you want to drink, just drink it. Correct. So, if you add this complication word to Charvaka, let's assume eat whatever you want. So, Charvaka said. So, based on this philosophy, this is also an Indian philosophy, so you can follow that. So, based on this philosophy, you are eating 50 gulab jamuns. That's what basic people are thinking about Charvaka. So, what Charvaka exactly says is, until and unless the complication occurs, eat 2 gulab jams. After that, the third gulab jam will give you diabetes or something else. Will give you cholesterol. So eat 2 gulab jams. So that's what Charvaka promotes. It understood
in a different way. Yeah. In a different way. Correct. Yes. Coming to Buddha philosophy. Well, Buddha always said life is a suffering. There is suffering. There is pain in separation, pain in unpleasant connections, pain in everything what you do. I mean, life is a suffering. So also Buddha also told about nirvana. Okay. So what do you have to tell about this whole concept of suffering? And they also say good people suffer more. I mean, there are research based on this, but I want to know from your end as to what you think about suffering.
There are according to, I hope you heard about Jittu Krishnamurti.
Yes, my favorite. Yes.
So he said there are no two minds. There are no two people. Good or bad, there are no, there is no good and bad. So the only thing is human is there. The way we look into them is good or bad. Correct. So I'm good in front of you, in front of someone I'll be bad. So it's not a what we can say accepted philosophy that only good people will suffer. Even bad people will suffer a lot. Like the way we look into the things, so that perception changes a lot. Correct. So coming to the Buddha's philosophy, obviously he does not accept Vedas. So he does not accept Ishvara, but still he attained Nirvana. That's why we guys took it in the Indian philosophy, atheist philosophy. Yes. He attained the Nirvana. So even same like Ashtanga system, Buddha has 8 schools of Ashtanga, where Nirvana can be attained. Samyak sadhana, samyak sankalp, so all the samyak vyayama. Same like Ashtanga philosophy, a little change will be there. But Maharshi Patanjali believes in God, that is Ishvara. Buddha won't believe in God. So that's the difference. And a lot of differences are there. We can make it some other session, or it will be a big session.
Correct. Yes. Well, coming to our own existence. Well, in Indian philosophy, certain chapters also have aspects like there was no heaven and there was nothing before our existence. I mean to say, no atmosphere, no earth, there was nothing that existed before. All existence come to a matter of desire. I mean to say, desire leads to existence. So, can you talk a little bit on that?
Yeah, we can. So, coming to the existence part, we can first of all, whenever the word comes, whenever the question comes of existence, I remember only one sloka of Shankaracharya. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmai Na Aparaha. So, Brahman is the complete truth. Jagan Mithya, Jagat which we are looking is Mithya, which is Maya or delusion.
Yes.
Jivo Brahma na aparaha. Jiva and Brahma are not two, they are only one. So we can interpret the Ramana Maharshi philosophy with Shankara's philosophy according to this existence. So what Ramana Maharshi says, see a story of Ramana Maharshi. So some scholar, he's a great Sanskrit scholar, approaches Ramana Maharshi and asked a question regarding this existence. Like how to experience Brahman, how to experience the state of Samadhi. Ramana Maharshi usually won't speak anything, so he used to write. He used to write Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, Sanskrit, and Kannada as well, I guess. So without learning, he left his home, he left his formal studies, everything at the age of 11. Still he used to write. That's another topic.
Yes.
So this, someone else asked me, a scholar, like how to experience the Brahman. Ramana Maharshi said, the self is already with the Brahman. The only thing is you're not realized. So that's all he said. The self is already with the Brahman. The only thing is you are not realized. And he given an example that the sky is not visible if there is cloudy. Like the day is cloudy, yes. The sky is not visible. So the Maya is the clouds, and the Akasha, the sky, is the attached self, and the Brahman are already attached. So this is the sky, which we call Samadhi or Brahman. The self is already attached.
Yes.
So here clouds are there, and
that's
here the mind is there.
Oh yes.
So when we cross the mind, the clouds will come. That is Maya. And we cross the Maya, then we'll reach the experience, realization, nothing but. So
yes.
That's what
self-realization. Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
So
very well put across.
Yeah.
Very well put across. Well, coming to traditional Hatha Yoga.
Yes.
So they say that it is not meant for people who are not spiritually evolved or not yet there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we cannot explain.
We can't kind of, where should anybody start practice of Hatha Yoga? So where exactly is that evolving factor, occur?
Right. So basically the instructions in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Gheranda Samhita,
yes.
and everything. So there are certain problems if you start Hatha Yoga without a proper guidance. So actually Hatha Yoga is for complete beginners. What we call Hatha Yoga is to achieve Raja Yoga only.
Correct.
So to achieve Samadhi, we need certain sort of preparations which Hatha gives you gradually. So even in Hatha is too much complicated in these days because it consists of a lot of mudras such as Vajroli, Amaroli are kind of what we can say
Plavini. Yeah.
Yes. Plavini, a butter version, like everyone can practice.
Correct.
With the hands. Vajroli and Sahajoli, these mudras
advanced.
One cannot advanced level. So these will give you definitely the complications if the guru is not formed. So what we are learning, like I did graduation, post-graduation, I've met many people in Himalayas as well. So no one is teaching this Vajroli and Sahajoli now. So the, like what we can say, 21st century is not for many things. Like we cannot do those things. So because of the food we eat, the body we eat, the body we have, and all these things we cannot prepare. So coming to the Hatha Yoga, how can we start is like the basic Shat Karmas we can start, which cleanses all the ENT problems, abdominal problems and all. And slowly, gradually we can move to the asanas. That's the traditional way. and Nadi should be not going to complete pranayama. At least we have to go for Nadi Shuddhi pranayama. So like that. Yeah. So gradually we can move to the samadhi, and from samadhi, what I've read a commentary. I don't know the name and all. So samadhi in Hatha Yoga, what is mentioned as samadhi is the starting of Raja Yoga.
Correct. Yes. I've also heard this.
Yeah. So we have to prepare a lot to get initiated into Hatha.
Yes.
So we have to leave a lot of foods. We should eat these masala and all these things.
Lot of rules.
Yeah.
Yes. Coming to your classes,
I want to share with you, like I have seen with my eyes a Hatha Yogi. So that was a great mystical experience which I will never forget in my life. So I was 19. So actually I stopped at Badrinath, right? Before I was sharing my experience.
Yes.
So I stopped at Badrinath. So I had darshan of Badrinath. So I nicely took bath and all. So I was walking in the streets of Badrinath at early morning 7 o'clock. So no one there, like some sadhus were there. So I have seen with my real eyes what a Hatha Yogi does. In those, it was almost -3 degrees temperature was there. Snowfall was there a little in the month of I think May first week or second week. Little snowfall was there. So there was a mountain called Mount Neelkant behind the temple, Badrinath temple. So you have to trek almost 10 kilometers towards Neelkant, Mount Neelkant. And no one knows the exact route of that. So I was roaming nearby Badrinath temple, and one sadhu I approached, and I was asking him that Guruji just matlab kuch batao
direction.
So what he said is, you are young, मतलब तू लग रहा है ब्रह्मचारी, and you can आप तू वहाँ जा सकता है Mount Neelkant. So I was asking the way and all. So he showed in this way, if you go behind that Badrinath temple, if you trek for 10 kilometers, you will reach Mount Neelkant, which is the sacred place of Shiva. Where some people say Shiva took that Venam.
Yes, and correct.
That's why, yes, that's the place. So no one knows this, like underrated place. So I started trekking towards Mount Neelkant. Almost I trekked for 3.5-4 kilometers. And when I look back, there was no one was there, and Badrinath town was very far. Even you can't see people. So I was all alone. The cool breezes were there, and obviously I was 19 and I was little afraid. Not little, I was too much afraid.
Oh my God!
So I sat there and I thought of doing Bhastrika Pranayama there. So actually, what happened? I did a lot of Bhastrika there, like almost 50 inhalations and exhalation, and then I did Kumbhaka. So I got that fainting sensation, and I just fallen back. So within a few seconds, like 10-15 seconds, I just woke up and I've got severe headache and all. So that was high altitude. We can't do Bhastrika. So that's the complication of Hatha if you don't have complete knowledge or guidance.
Oh, yes.
So, yes, I just woke up and there was a kutir in front of me, hermitage. So a guy was walking. He was almost 65 with a white long beard, and you can like he looks like Dumbledore, a kind of
Harry Potter.
Yes. So I approached him. He was wearing chashma. He was applying some cream or white something, vibhoot or something. I don't know. He was wearing a white saffron color coat to protect him with this cool breezes and all. So I just approached him, have a pomegranate, and I offered him. So he said, "Haan, brahmachari, kahan se aaya tu?" He was telling because I was in white clothes. So I said, I'm doing graduation in yogic sciences. This is my first year, so I visited Himalayas to meet yogis like you. So he said, where you're going? I said, going towards Mount Neelkant. So, and I want to return now. He said, why you want to return? So I said, that's completely cloudy. That climate was completely cloudy. And Guruji, I'm unable to go. Like, I'm afraid. He said, Main hu tere saath. I'm with you. Who will stop you to go? Let's go together. So that was my first experience with this yogi. Wow. He was 60 years. And I was 19, fit, well, and yogic practitioner, doing shatkarma, everything, and he's running like anything. Like when he was walking, I was about to run. He was walking very fast. Basically, I walk fast, and he is walking faster than me.
My
So
God.
almost 63. I don't know his exact age, but he looks like 63. So he was like, "इतने में ही थक गया, कहाँ का ब्रह्मचारी है?" Like that
My
he was used.
God.
So
It's
we reached
just crazy.
almost, yeah, till the Nilkant mountain we reached. So there was complete clouds. He said, from here only have darshan, and he said we'll come back. So while coming back, also he was running like the down trek. So he was running, and I was also running. I said, Maharaji, just stop and tell me about your experiences of yoga and all. He said, right, I'll tell you. So his experience was, his hermitage was like 4 kilometers from Badrinath main temple. Upward you have to trek a lot. So what happened is, one day he government given the permission to stay, like he's from Gujarat or somewhere. So he said, at night 12 o'clock, that was, huge, covered up with mountains, huge mountains. They were covered up with complete snow. And the cool places. So that was like, at night I will definitely cry if I stay. Like I'm saying the environment, how that was. And places, and beside that mountain there was a Ganga called Rishi Ganga, which touches the feet of rishis and come down. So that was Rishi Ganga.
Okay.
So at night he was sleeping. Like he was sharing his experience to me. So what he did is, from his window he saw a light. One light very far away. So he thought some traveler like me, who lost his way and looking for he thought like he'll get the way and he'll go back. So no need to worry. So after 2 o'clock, at night 2 o'clock again he woke up, and the same light he saw again. So he thought something fishy is happening. So let me see. So he took his torchlight and he went to those snowy mountains. So he has seen, I don't know the exact English word. He said Tejasvi. इतना तेजस्वी को मैंने जिंदगी में कभी देखा ही नहीं. He was very young, like almost 25 years of age, long hair with full clean shave, and he was wearing white clothes. So he said, "What you Hariom? This Swami name is Hariom Maharaj." So Hariom Maharaj asked him that, "What in this time? What you're doing?" He said, "I'm just looking for something. If you have some food or something, you can offer. I'll eat." So he said, "Right, you can come to my hermitage." So he had dinner. So at 3 o'clock around, he said, "I need to go up." Hariom Maharaj said, "That's too danger right now. Winds and all are, well, like it's not suggested to go." He said, "Someone will protect me every time because I'm looking for someone, and that someone will protect me. So मैं किसी के लिए जा रहा हूँ, वही मुझे protect करेगा." So something like he said. So he said, "Right, okay, you can leave." So 3 o'clock, he stepped out of the hermitage, right? And within 5 minutes, Hariom Maharaj just remembered that, why should I leave this guy? Like he's very angry. What if he dies in between? So he just came out to call him again. So when he came out, no one was there. So yeah. So like these kind of real
yeah. These kind of stories are really, I mean, I've heard many of them tell. It's I can't even express. It's actually true. Some things are really so mystical and magical. Only the person who experience it will know.
Even I get goosebumps whenever
I am, I just want to listen to you talk and talk and talk. And there's so many experiences where you can share so much, Yeah.
So yeah, finally I'll end up with like that, where we trekked till Nilakant was the place where Hanumanji is still alive. That's called Gandhamadana Parvata.
Okay.
So he was showing me in these mountains nearby. Hanumanji is still alive. Hanumanji is a Chiranjeevi, right?
Yes, Chiranjeevi.
So he is still alive. Like so, I was like right? What you say?
Wow. I think you're so blessed,
Yeah,
Jayendra, to experience such amazing, amazing moments in life this young.
yeah.
So
Thank
you're definitely blessed, and thank you to your parents who let you kind of do it, without any tensions or stress.
Yeah, thanks is very for from my side. Thanks is like
It's not
very.
even a, yeah, yeah.
See, usually I always say God has gifted me my parents, and
Mm.
my parents have gifted me my brother. So that's what
Oh,
I say.
yes.
So
So
my brother
nice.
encourages me a lot to travel and all. He takes
Okay.
care of me. So
Mm. So lucky. Well, we are lucky to have a friend like you, a guide, a philosopher like you, of course, in our team. Well, um, what shall I ask now? I'm so lost in that story. Seriously, I am literally visualizing whatever you said. So,
might be my way of explanation is not that good.
no, no,
Otherwise, you could
no.
have.
It's really,
I
really
never,
good. I mean,
never had like this interview experience, and also might
no,
be it was. Yeah.
this platform is on your story. So, what better than that? You're telling your story. Oh, yes. I had a very important question coming to asana and pranayama. Well, many of them, while they're doing self practice, they start with asana and then move to pranayama. But personally, when I do both, when I start with pranayama and then asana, it's much more beneficial. I can stay much more in the asana. So, what do you prefer? What do you recommend?
Right. So to do pranayama, you have to sit, right?
Mm.
So
Yes.
without asana, you cannot sit. Like without the muscle, if your muscles are weak, you cannot
Mm.
sit for pranayama. So according to Hatha Yoga Pradipika,
Yes.
pranayama is for longer duration. Like you
Correct.
should at least do 1.5 hour, 2 hour, and gradually you can move to 3 hours as well. So
Mm.
that's where the Kundalini will arise.
True.
So in order to sit for that long time,
Mm.
you need to prepare the body with asanas. So every time the asanas will be first and then pranayama.
Is it? Oh, okay. Okay. Some
Yes.
teachers do it vice versa. That's why I asked you.
We can complete coming to the therapeutical practices. We can
Mhm.
start with Kapalabhati because it activates the
Yes.
sympathetic nervous system. So
Mm.
body will get warmed up and you can move to asana. So
Mhm.
coming to the therapeutical part, that's okay.
Yes.
Traditional hatha like yama niyama asana and then
Mhm.
pranayama. Right.
Mm.
So
Mm.
after
Yes.
asana, and then pranayama.
Okay. What advice do you have for young yoga graduates who are coming out of the university and they think this, they know everything, they know the theory behind everything, but when it comes to practical, it can't be applied the same way like how we were in class, right? So,
Yes.
what advices would you give to the young graduates?
See, I'm not that experienced to advise, but still,
Mhm.
coming to my experience, I can
Mhm.
share.
Sure.
First start with yama and niyama,
Mm.
and everything will come to you. That's it. That's all my advice is. Yama and niyama has everything.
Yes,
Like
true.
you have to follow the celibacy, at
Mm.
least meditate a day,
Mm.
shaucha, santosha, tapa,
Mm.
ishvara pranidhana, just believe
Mm.
in some god, some murti, some statue, or some
Mm.
concept. Just
Mm.
believe in. So
Mhm.
start with yama niyama, guys, always,
Mm.
and then everything will come to you. Asana will come to you. Pranayama will come to you. The way instruct will come to you.
Yes.
People will come to you.
Mm.
Clients will come to you. So jobs, everything will come to you. So yama
Correct.
and niyama is the placement route.
Yes. Well, I have this important questions. Well, I've asked this question to many of other interviewers also in yoga field. They say that we don't find the guru finds us when we are ready.
Definitely, this is even I believe this.
Mhm.
Yes. So coming to this thing, I don't know. Can I share this or not? I
Mm.
had a guru,
Mm.
like what we can say. I don't want to take the name and all. So I
Sure.
had a guru
Mm.
for 2 years. I was in his guidance. He's not at all bad,
Mm.
but when you spiritually like what we can say, he's not at all bad.
Mm.
Uh, the way I look into him, the
Mm.
way I expected the things from him
Mm.
is not up to the mark. Uh,
Mm.
a little bit of spiritual upliftment, and the rest of the things are like me only.
Okay.
So I was in guidance of a guru, and then I left him. It's like a breakup or something. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
So it's even I'm in search of guru. So yes, I can't comment on this. Like
True.
guru will come to us.
Correct. When we are ready, that's what they say. But yeah, sometimes it's very frustrating because even I am kind of looking at so many teachers of mine, but unable to feel that connect. When some people say, I mean, I have a good friend who is so connected to Swami Niranjanananda from Bihar School of Yoga. You know, his guru is Swami Niranjanananda. He can't see anything else when it comes to guru. So I haven't found that yet. So sometimes it is like, okay, am I not ready yet? Or what exactly does it take to find that guru? So
yeah, definitely. Like my kind of, even I haven't found my guru, but my kind of experience is like include the guru in your prayers, like part of the invisible person. Include the guru in your prayers. Ask Ishwar or whatever the thing you believe. Like even a person also, if you're highly interested in that person, just close your eyes and ask them. Like that love will definitely attract them, and definitely they'll come to you. Is what I think.
Well said. Well, coming to the last question, this is an important question. So many of them say that what you eat is what you become, or what you eat is what your thoughts are based on. So what exactly should a yogi follow as a diet? Because there are so many things in so many schools, they're following so many different things. So what do you follow?
So coming to the Hatha Yoga, everything we should talk according to the Pramana only. Pramana means the conception, like text. The basement is because we are not experienced yet. So coming to the text, the yogi should eat green leafy vegetables. Coming to the pranayama part, if you are a regular pranayama practitioner, like if you're doing the pranayama 1 hour per day, you should avoid milk completely. So that's what in Hatha. No, you should take milk while you're practicing pranayama, fruits and all. So there are certain type of yogis which I have seen. There is a yogi in Mysore. His name is Avadhuta Sachidananda Swamiji. Avadhuta Ganapati. So he's Avadhuta. Avadhuta is kind of like what we can say advanced yogi, where there are no diet restrictions for them.
Oh, so, yes, correct.
It's not like that they eat chicken and all this. They don't eat, they don't have diet restrictions. When you reach to that level, diet is not at all a matter to you. When you're not to that level, diet matters to you definitely. So, and one more that Himalayan experience I can tell you. So I had a room, like I stayed in Joshi Mutt. There is a place near Badrinath, so where Shankara's Mutt was there. So from Joshi Mutt, if you trek for 15 kilometers, the higher mountains will come. That Nanda Devi and Swarga Rohini, those are like trans Himalayan Joes. That's what too cold. So I used to wake up at 4 o'clock to see what people are doing, who woke up and all. So I have seen few yogis. I never spoke. I said only Hari Om, only that's it. So they have a can, right? They have a steel, or some people have copper can, some have steel can. So there are some potatoes in that. Mountain potatoes. Desi pahadi. There's a pahadi apple. So sweet potatoes. So what they're taking, the kacha potatoes, raw potatoes, they are taking to a lake, where the lake is like warm lake, hot lake.
Yes.
Yeah, you can bath there. 24 hours there will be
it's called Alakananda.
No, Alakananda is the river, and this that's not lake. That's a small kind of pool. We call it as Tattvakund.
Oh, Taptakund.
Yes. So what the Hatha yogis and all do is they'll take that potatoes and they'll put it on a cloth and they'll tie it. They'll put it in that Taptakunda and they'll go for bathing and all. After 45 minutes, they'll take that potatoes back. So they'll be completely boiled. 5 potatoes. So they'll put those potatoes and they'll tie it here to the dhoti or something, whatever they are wearing. And the local villagers offer them the goat milk.
Okay.
At least half to 1 liter of goat milk. So these two things, they'll start walking towards mountain at early morning, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So I don't know what they will do. Either they meditate or I don't know what they'll do. And at evening 7 o'clock, they'll come with empty hands. That and there is no can, there is no milk.
Okay.
With can, they'll come without milk and potatoes. So that's kind of diet they follow, like practically. So that's it. They eat milk and potatoes. And even a famous thing is there. The best food is no food. So
yes,
I believe in that, like fasting and all. So,
good. Wow, so many things, interesting things. Well, it's so amazing to hear all these things from you. Well, I think I must have a 10 series podcast or something for the Himalayan experiences, because it's really, really nice to hear. It's so different from what we're doing in reality. Actually, we're so caught up in so many things, so-called rat race, and we don't know where we are heading. Well, Jayendra, I think this is the third time I'm telling this is my last question, but I have one last question, if you allow me. Thank you so much. Well, can I ask you, what is your vision in life? Where do you see yourself maybe 10 years or 20 years down the line?
So coming to this part, what I have learned should reach people as much as I can. Like what I have learned, the therapeutical practices, the yoga, the importance of yoga. Like people are dying without awareness. Like that's not their mistake. If some person has some disease, that's not his mistake. He's not aware of that.
True.
Obviously, we cannot change the karma. Ramana Maharshi died with cancer. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa died with cancer. So we cannot change that. So the thing is, you can create awareness in the people. So what I've done, I want to make it like I want to distribute it to the people.
Okay.
So like if I get enough money, like the first requirement, if I get enough money, I can start some seva services regarding the practical yoga practices, Ayurvedic diet and all. So I have so this is one vision, and the second is like actually this I don't know. Yeah, let's say share this. So actually we have hotels, right? Every city there are hotels, whatever, like they are serving everything, all non-veg and vegetarian items. So till now there are no Ayurvedic hotels. So there is only like Ayurvedic diet is only available. What we can say, ragi malt is not available in homes right now nowadays.
Correct. Yes.
Fruits are not available. So many Ayurvedic traditional dishes are there. So those kind of dishes and Ayurvedic diet I want to introduce to people and make them live in a healthy life so that they will get better, and the next generation at least they stay healthy.
Yes.
So that's what that's what my vision was.
That is such a noble thought. I wish you all the best for all your future endeavors. It has been a pleasure, really. I mean, I'm honestly really, really humbled that you're here to share the experiences, what you've had. I'm blessed, I'm happy, I'm also thankful that you took your time out and shared such wonderful experiences with us. Looking forward to more talks with you, Jayendra. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
And Smita, I've seen your videos even at YouTube. You're doing a great work. Like people, unknown people, you're bringing to this through this medium. And like I personally, from bottom of my heart, I felt happy after looking that this blog.
Thank you so much.
To start this channel and all. So thank you, Hari Om.
Thank you, Hari Om.